Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin and today I'm ranking all of the makeup I used in the month of November. If you are new to this series, this is where I rank all of the makeup that is not eyeshadow palettes that I use every month in an effort to just see what am I liking, what am I not liking, what's new to my collection, and how does it stack up against the old things. Because one thing I've learned from this series, the new stuff does not always mean better than the old stuff necessarily. But this is also a good way for me to see what's at the top and what's at the bottom and inform my shopping purchases a little bit better, and maybe yours as well. So I hope you enjoyed the ranking. We're going to go ahead and get into it. Before we start at the bottom with the worst product, if you haven't already, I would love it if you would consider subscribing. I upload videos twice a week. It is totally free to subscribe, and I would love to have you back again on the channel in the future to talk all things makeup. So this month I used 32 non-eyeshadow palette makeup items, and if you want to see my eyeshadow palettes, of course I have ranked those. That video is already live for November. I will leave it linked in the cards. Now this must have been a heck of a long month because I've never had such an issue ranking, and I don't even mean like picking and choosing what was worst and what was best. I mean, I had to renumber these things 3 times in my notebook because I kept finding like, oh shoot, I listed this product twice in 3 different places. So I would start ranking and then realize, oh, I already ranked this. I wrote the item down twice. Oops, okay, now I have to change all the numbers to make it out of the correct number of items. So I thought it was out of 35 originally. It's 32 items. So I've never had that issue when I've been tracking this in the past. And I noticed it's my own fault. I just need to be more consistent because I would write like e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer in one place and then Cookies and Cream Primer somewhere else. So it looked like 2 different items. I just need to be consistent with like the brand name first so I can see if I've already written it or not. But it's neither here nor there. That's a me problem. So let me stop rambling and get to the worst product this month. Here it is. I've tested it out quite a bit now. This is the KVD Good Apple Foundation, the one that was viral that everybody loved. I got it from TJ Maxx, and boy am I glad I got it for the reduced TJ Maxx price because this is cakey. This really reminds me of the IT Cosmetics skin serum product that I'm trying to use up this year as well, and I hate that product. This one is not quite as bad as that product just because that product is like hard in the pan and I have to try to like heat it up to even get it out of the component. This, I'll say at least, is very, very creamy, but it's extremely heavy feeling on the face and cakey looking. It ages me so much. I have to use a very like glowy hydrating primer and use this super sparingly to get away with having it like feeling like it's not looking nasty on my skin. So the good news is I don't think there's very much product in this, so maybe it'll be easy to pan. However, maybe it won't be because like I said, I have to use just the tiniest amount and spread it out for it to look acceptable. So definitely will not repurchase and don't recommend. I don't know who this would look good on. Unless you have literally 0 pores, 0 texture, no wrinkles whatsoever, I don't think it's going to be for you. And number 31 is this eyeliner. This is from Beaute, I don't know, Ultra Precision Eyeliner. This I got in Ipsy. It's just really hard and dry and like tuggy and uncomfortable to use. The pigmentation is fine. It's a sharpenable black precision waterproof long wear eyeliner. It says it's made in Germany. It's just not comfortable to apply. It looks fine once it's on, but I don't want anything tuggy or uncomfortable on my eyes. So it's one of those, I have it because I want to use it up. I spent my money on it, but I would not recommend. The bottom of this list is like, girl, don't get it. Don't even bother. Number 30 is the Ritual Defeat Luminous Elixir 3-Drop Foundation. I will give the disclaimer, as I always do when this is in my ranking, that this is the prototype that they sold, their original formula. This is not the formula they sell now. I've heard that one's good, but I really just can't trust buying it because they would have had to completely go back to the drawing board in my mind to get this product right. You either get too much oil or too much pigmentation and you either look like a grease ball or you have just a bunch of pigment with nothing that it's suspended in. It's kind of a hot mess, to be honest. So just again, trying to use it up because I spent, even on like the prototype one, I think it was like 36 bucks, but I was so excited for it that I jumped at it. lesson to me. Yeah, lesson to me. Don't get that. But I mean, like I said, you can't get the prototype. So I hear the one they currently sell is fine, but you know, proceed at your own risk. The KVD Go Big or Go Home mascara. I got this in a mystery box. Now this one, I will say, I'm not gonna say like I wouldn't fully recommend it. It's bad because this is super old. Like, I think it was old when it was in the mystery box, because this still says Kat Von D, and it hasn't been Kat Von D for years. So this was clearly sitting someplace. So I'm ranking it here in its current condition. But when I first opened this was my favorite mascara in my entire collection when I first opened it. It was really, really good. So something has happened to it since that it's not, whether it be age, drying out, whatever. I don't know if that's normal to happen to all the tubes, but I'm not going to repurchase it because I don't know, something funky is just going on, and there's other stuff I like more than that in its current condition, even though it was good when it was brand new. So like, if one happened upon my collection again, I would give it another go just to see if that happened again, but I'm not going to seek it out at this point. I have so many mascaras to use up in my collection, I just don't need it. Alright, this Colourpop eyeliner, cream gel liner in shade Toucan. It's not just like a normal yellow, it's actually a gold. I don't know if you can see the tip. I get this on clearance at Ulta. I usually like these liners for the waterline, but same thing happened with this one that I complain with about all Colourpop liners. I should just stop buying them, honestly, because it keeps happening, but they're affordable. So, and they, even though, okay, let me tell you the problem first, getting ahead of myself. They're like dry or something, because sometimes when and I'm not twisting them up crazy, mind you, I'm just doing like a little bit, I'll put the little pressure in the waterline, breaks off. So I hate that product then is wasted because it keeps getting dry and breaking off. But at the same time, even with that happening, it takes me a long time to go through these, and they are cheap. So I think that's why I keep buying them, because I think the only one of these I've ever gone through is the Colourpop Raw Beauty Christie, whatever the brown one was, because I still have some of the green one left. And I think the yellow one, is this from that collection too? No, this is just another random one. I have several of these, but I've only completely used one up, I think, ever, the brown. So it's not a lot of product wasted. It just annoys me that that happened, so I didn't rank it any higher. 27, the Ace Beaute Blush in Paradise palette. I'm actually wearing this one today. So this is like, you can make it work. It's just 4 pans of blush here. I get this for cheap, like 10 bucks. I think they are like rebranding or doing something right now. They have a lot of stuff on discount. If you want some cheap makeup, check out Ace Beaute right now. But I'm using this deepest one, and I just did like the tiniest little with my brush because I wanted like a berry leaning blush with this look, but these are super pigmented. That's not why I don't like it though. They're kind of patchy and hard to blend. And yeah, that's just not something I want in a blush. Maybe I don't know if they're reformulating when they're rebranding too. I know they reformulated their eyeshadow palettes, and they are way different and much better formula now than they used to be. So if you can still get this, it's okay for 10 bucks. It's not the worst thing in the world. Obviously, it's like workable. It doesn't look terrible, but I had to finesse it a little bit and blend quite a lot to get it to not look patchy. So I don't want to put it any higher for that. All right, so now that we've gotten from 32 to 26, those were like the bad, like I would say just pass, don't get it. It's not even worth your time. Now we're kind of in the middle where it's like, it's a fine product. There's nothing wrong with it per se. It's just like a nitpicky personal preference thing for a lot of these, to be honest. So in 26 is the Tarte Tarteist mascara. This is what I'm wearing right now. I'm also wearing false lashes, so no, this is not all mascara. But this one I started using because I finally used up the stinking Essence Lash Princess mascara that I know a lot of people love, but I did not love. And so I was trying to use this one up because this one, and I have another little mini Tarte one that I was using a lot over the summer during travel just because they were minis and convenient. So they're open, and I was like, let me use those up because I know I'll just let them sit and get dried out, and I'll have a situation like I do with the KVD mascara. And they're good right now. So I was like, let me use them. And this one I've even taken the stopper out of. It's completely gone. yay. Like today, like I said, I am wearing it underneath the lashes, but there was like nothing left on the wand. So I was like, okay, good thing I'm adding a lash, so you can't really see that. But I did completely use this one up. This was my only empty for the month, so I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of disappointed by that. But at the same time, I did use 32 items. So the more items I use, the less frequently I'm using each of those items. So you know, you kind of need to use less items and use them more frequently to have more stuff used up. So trying to use less items and curate it a bit for December so I can maybe use up a few more items and get them off of the desk. But this one was the only one this month. So why it's not rated higher, I like that it separates. I don't think it really lengthens, but I have pretty good length as it is. But it's just a very pokey, plasticky applicator wand, which is not my favorite kind of a wand. So it's more the component that it is the product itself that my complaint is with. So again, wouldn't be mad if that came in my collection again, would definitely use it and be happy with it, but I'm not seeking it out right now because I have plenty of other mascaras and I'm trying to shrink that category right now. And number 25 is the lipstick from the Lunar Beauty and Laura Lee Los Angeles collaboration between Manny and Laura. It's in shade Mora. Love the component. I mean, let's be real, that's half of the joy right there. It's just the shade. And I knew when I bought it, this was a shade I wouldn't use much. I do like it, but I need a dark lip liner and just this in the center. So I used this, I think, once this month for a video, and I really like the formula. I really like the component. It's just not a shade I'm reaching for a lot right now. Maybe that'll change, but I don't want to rate it any higher because even though I like it, I'm not reaching for it. And number 24 is the Colourpop collab with Mariale. This is the Super Shock blush in shade Virtual Reality. I've got a nice little dent going in this one. I've used it pretty frequently. I don't know, tell me, how do you guys apply these? Because I've been applying it with a brush. Do you guys just use your hands? What do you do with these Super Shock blushes? Because with a brush, and I've been using a Refer brush, this one, it picks up and it applies, but it's almost like weirdly pilling or making my other products pill or something like that. And I used that brush today with the Ace Beaute to try, and you know, I had to try to finesse and blend, whatever, but it was patchy. It pills when I use this, but I know it's not the Refer brush. It's not. I've used that brush for a long time and it's never failed me. So I know it's something with these products, but maybe that's just not the right brush to apply this formula with. I would love to know if you guys know, but the color's wonderful. I like how it looks once it's on, but I have to like kind of do one of these things to get rid of the areas of pilling to make it look good. So either it's a wrong brush or something funky's with that formula, and I haven't figured it out yet, so I'm not ranking it higher yet because it needs babied a little. And number 23, also from Colourpop, is the Party Proof Eye Primer. I got this because it was $5, and I've been complaining that while the Urban Decay Primer Potion is lovely, works great, it's way too expensive, frankly, for what it is. So this one, it works just fine, no issues with it. I'm wearing it today. Definitely helps with pigmentation and lack of creasing, just like any other eyeshadow primer should. This one, though, is like, it's like the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, like the texture of it. It's just really moussey and thicker and almost like lotiony feel. Lotion isn't even it. It's like dimethicone feeling, like silicone-y. And I don't know that I love that, and I don't know that it sticks to my shadows as much as I like. So it's not bad. I'll use it. It's another one of those, I wouldn't be mad if I got it again in my collection, but I don't know that I'll seek this particular one out again. For $5, it works. It's just, I don't know if it's my favorite. And number 22 is the NYX Tame and Frame Brow Pomade. I'm wearing it today. I wear this every day. She's still going strong. It's just that it's a pomade and it's dried up. I've talked about it before. Like, it does an okay job, but it's getting kind of like chunky, and I'll get chunks of pigment that I then have to go with the spoolie and try to like brush it out so it doesn't look weird. So I can make it work, but it's just an older product. It was creamer when I first opened it, but I just truly don't see how you could go through this without it drying out first. as someone who is using it daily. There might be like 2 days a month I don't wear makeup, honestly. It is pretty much a daily thing for me. And I can't use it fast enough for the product to not, you know, be weird. That's a problem for me. So yeah, it's okay, but it's, again, like, I would use it if I got it. It's not like the KVD Good Apple where I'd be mad if I got it again, but I'm not going to seek it out for sure. And number 21 from Morphe, the Spark Highlighter. What a throwback. This is in my project pan. Let me see if I can tip it slightly. It's completely crumbled and broken. I'm using the highlighter today. I don't mind it, and you can definitely see the glow on my cheek there, like it shows up. This is just one of those, I feel like, older highlighter formulas. I don't know much about formulation, so I can't tell you what ingredients have changed, but even though this is a really nice, like, it's not a white cast or anything, and that is a good glow, it really picks up on my texture, and I do have a lot of texture, and there are more, like, newer formulas that don't do that, so I don't know what's in them that's different, but yeah, I obviously don't want my texture just to be emphasized, so I'm using that one up. I would love to use it up by the end of the year. I don't know if I'll get there or not, but I'm trying just to incorporate it in to my looks here or there to use it up. Again, it's one that it's fine. It's not bad. I wouldn't really want it again, but I wouldn't be like, oh my gosh, this is unusable. So, but look at the glow. I mean, I had to rank it partially up here because it is a really nice glow, I will say. And number 20 is the highest ranked mascara of the 3 I used this month. This is the Ciate London Wonder Wand Mascara. I use this in my affordable indie brand video, and this is the kind of wand I prefer. Not a plastic pokey one that has actual fibers. I doubt it's natural hair, you know, I'm sure it's still something synthetic fiber wise, but it's more of like actual gentle strokes and not like a plastic pokey wand. And it still separates just fine like the other one does, so I like this one a lot, and it's affordable, so come on, that's definitely the winner out of all the mascaras. Now, is it my favorite mascara of all time? No. My favorite mascara, and it's an affordable one, is the Milani Highly Rated. I have not had that mascara for years, but that is the one that I remember liking the most out of all the mascaras. But I just have so many in my collection from Ipsy and other places that I have never gone back to repurchasing it. So I think that's kind of like my goal, really, is to get my mascara collection down enough that I can go back to repurchase ones that I remember liking. But yeah, it just seems like that's the thing I get sent a lot in mystery boxes and things. Like I have the Maybelline Sky High that was raved about, and I don't think I've still tried it. It's brand new, unopened, because I got it in like a Dollar General box. But I haven't opened it because I already have so many open that I want to use before they dry out and are no good. So yeah, that's a story with the mascara. Number 19 from Melt Cosmetics is this lip liner in the shade Familia. It's from their Mariposas collection. I got this in a mystery box, and it is this really pretty deep berry, like not quite red, more leaning purple lip liner. It is super pretty. This is from their Perfectionist Lip Ultra Precision Pencil. It's a sharpenable pencil. I don't use it a ton because of the shade, but I have used it multiple times, more than like the Mora lipstick. And I have another lip liner ranked higher. Even though this is beautiful velvet lined packaging, like the prices that Melt charges for what you get, I think are ridiculous. I'll say it. I think it's ridiculous. Other brands aren't charging like $17 or whatever it is for a lip liner. Like, sure, luxury is, but not indie brands. So I just feel like I can't rank Melt highly right now because they are on par with some other things with their lip products. Their eyeshadow shimmer needs really revamped, I feel like, to compete with other indie brands. It can compete with mainstream, but if you're an indie brand, do you want to be competing with mainstream? I would want to compete with other indie brands. Where am I going with this? Anyway, yeah, I just don't want to rank it any higher because it's expensive. And you can't even get that collection anymore, but I'm just saying their lip liners from that brand in general. The other brand that I'm going to recommend instead is much more affordable and a creamier lip liner, honestly, like the Melt ones. That one has gotten a little dry, but not all of my melt lip liners get dry, so there seems to be some inconsistencies there too. And number 18 from Menagerie Cosmetics is their liquid lipstick in shade Cricket. It is a black liquid lipstick. This one I have worn because it's been in a project pan for 10 uses, and so I've worn it frequently recently because of that, or more frequently than I would wear a black liquid lipstick, and I like how it looks and feels every time. I don't have any issues with it. I will say though, I was talking with someone on Instagram, you can't really layer the formula. You need to do just like one thin layer. It's opaque enough to just be done, because if you try to layer it on itself, it will start to get like patchy and the layers will like come off and stick to itself. So you can't really layer it. It's just got to be like one dunk, one swipe, leave it. But for me, it's opaque enough that I feel like I can do that, and it's fine with both the shades that I have. I just didn't rank it any higher because I don't know, I'm not like totally falling out of love with liquid lipsticks, and it's definitely like a much more hydrating formula than many. But I've been kind of a lip oil girly lately, I'm not gonna lie. It's just, it is what it is, right? And this, you know what? It was a month, because I don't even think I wrote this down, and I use this almost daily. I don't even think I put this in this ranking. Wow. This would be like top 5 if I ranked it. Sorry for the fail there, but I'm just realizing, because this is Team Jacob from Colourpop, their lip oil. I use this every single morning before work, and I love it so much. So this would definitely be, I'd say top, maybe not number 1. This would be like 2 or 3 top in there somewhere. Sorry, that's an epic fail on my part. I did not write that one down. I gotta figure my stuff out here for December. But back to my original statement, you know, the Cricket and the liquid lipsticks, like, I'll still use them, but I feel myself drifting apart from them. And number 17 is another melt lip liner, and this is an Everyday Perfection liner as well. This one's in shade Foxy. This is not dry like the Familial one is. They're really creamy, and I like this one a lot better. I also use this shade more, so those are the reasons that I rated it higher. I got this in a mystery box, so I got this, another lip liner, like a palette for like 25 bucks, which I haven't seen them do that deal in a while. So I got my money's worth out of it. However, again, what they normally want for a lip liner, I think is crazy. I would never buy one for that price. Maybe when they're doing one of their site-wide 50% offs, that might be the time if you really like that formula, but there's other stuff that's just as good, if not better, for less. We're continuing with Melt. I used a lot of Melt this month. This is also from the Mariposas collection, but this is a bullet lipstick in the red velvet lined packaging in shade Recuerdos. And this is the lipstick. It is this really bright kind of like fuchsia purple. It's super fun. This is comfortable. I love the embossing. I love, see, if I'm gonna pay for a lip product, it better look like this. Like that's nice. I will give it to them. And this is like really super nice, because even though it's a lot of lipstick, it's one of these, it's magnetic, and it's like tiny, but there's still tons of product in there. So this one I really like. This is my favorite lipstick that I used this month. And yeah, this is more of what I would like to see. And I would like the little baby ones for less price, because when's the last time you went through a full bullet lipstick? Exactly. Exactly. So the smaller ones I feel like make more sense, make them more affordable. It's still plenty of product, and I really like that bright shade. I know it's fall going into winter, and that is totally the wrong season, but I love it nonetheless. I don't know what to tell you, but I didn't rank it any higher because I do feel like it's a special time and place for that shade and a special look, so it was used more than the other products, but not the most used. Okay, number 15 is something that is very used, because it's the only brow gel in my collection. There's not even any of the label left on it because of how much my hands have worn it off. It's the Benefit Gimme Brow Plus. Mine's in shade 3, I'm pretty sure. But this is my favorite tinted brow gel I've ever found in my entire life. I love how tiny the applicator is. I would like to try some other brow gels though, because even though this is my favorite I've ever found, I wonder if there could be something I would like even more. I would love to try some of the like lamination, more clear products. I don't know that I really need it to be tinted, honestly, since I'm also filling them in. I really want to try the Patrick Ta one. I've heard a lot of good things about that. So that's a more expensive item, but with me only having one item in this product category, it's not like I'm hoarding them. Like, this is it. Once this is up, maybe I'll get it. I don't know. The next Sephora sale, have any of you used it? I would love to know. This one I usually snag at Ulta when it's like 12 bucks, when it's half off for the 21 days of beauty sale. I feel like it's always on there. But yeah, tell me what's your favorite brow gel, because I'm in the market. This blush palette. Now, this is on severe sale on Laura Lee Los Angeles' site right now. They're doing 70% site-wide. I'll leave that video linked where I use this. And I like this. It's just like again, it's fine. It's a blush. I like it way more than the Ace Beaute, blended way better. But for the normal price that they were charging for this, I wouldn't have gotten it. I think it was normally, I don't know, 30, 40 bucks. But right now you can get it more for like 10 bucks. So if you want it now at that price, yes, absolutely. But not for what they were originally asking for it, in my opinion. All right, and number 13 is the Milani Salt and Pepper collab. Came with this lip liner and this lipstick. These lip liners are great. Milani, way cheaper than Melt. It's not a sharpenable, it's a retractable. So it does depend on what's your preference, you know, what do you want for that. But I've had this for a while, like probably 2 years, and it's still as creamy as ever. I don't have any issues with it breaking off. It's wonderful in the shade Shoop, and then the matching lipstick, which clearly I've used since it's flat. Still have a lot of product left, but it's just a nice warm brown that I can use as an everyday combo. And it's a regular lipstick, you know, it's gonna come off when you eat and drink and things like that, but super comfortable, super smooth looking. Really like that one a lot. There is one other brand's lip liner that's a little higher though, later on the list. Okay, number 12, this is from Bitter Lace Beauty. When's the last time you heard from Bitter Lace Beauty? Anybody? I think the last time when I looked on their Instagram they had posted was like last April. Are they doing okay? I don't know. But they were popping off for a while with their highlighters, these big pans on the bottom. And I used a couple of them this month, these two, and I just kind of ranked them together because I used them in the same look. I used shades Happily Ever After, that's the more like taupey one, and Sea Spray, which actually has kind of like a blue to it. This is the Sea Spray. It's a little more blue. I know it looks white to you. Some of these you can use as highlighters, like the lighter ones. Some of these, they're too deep for my skin tone. So I actually used both of these in an eye look this month. I filmed it. I don't remember which video. I'll have to look to see which video it was. Maybe was it my Friendsgiving? I don't know. I'll figure that out. But I really like them as eyeshadows. As highlighters, like I said, some of them work. They're just really big pans, so I kind of wish they were smaller pans. You could definitely get your brush into it, but it's a lot of product for sure. That'll take a long time to get through. But yeah, just want to shout those out because they are great. Their site's still up, like they're still selling stuff. I just haven't seen or heard anything from them in a long time. Number 11 is this lip gloss from Unearthly Cosmetics. Love so much the Snow Globe tops. Wish they still had them. That was my favorite packaging. The gloss is in shade Moss. This is like cool looking shade, very comfortable. Love the applicator, love the scent. It's like a sweet sugar cookie smell. My only qualm with it is that you don't really see this. It's not really green. There's not even really a green hue or tinge to it, in my opinion. It's pretty clear looking, which I suppose most people would like, but I actually wanted it to look a bit more green. So it's good, but it could be better. And number 10 from Blend Money. I got this on clearance for I think like $9. This is the collab with Ellis that they did, the Celestial Cheek Glaze. And this I pretty much just use as like a blush / pink highlighter because it's like a shimmery blush or a blush topper or a pink highlighter, however you want to use it. But this is what I was talking about when I mentioned the Morphe highlighter earlier, about more recent formulas not picking up texture the way the older ones do. This one doesn't pick up texture at all, and I feel like some brands have really mastered the art of making a translucent base for these highlighters to be suspended in. It really, really does look good on the skin. And yeah, I'm just liking this one a lot. And that's why I'm trying to use up older products so that they're gone and I've like spent my money, and so I want to use them up, but I want to get all of those out of my collection so I'm just left with better, more improved formulas. So 10 and up, I would say, are all good. I would say I recommend. These are really good products, like really no complaints. It was hard to rank the top 10. Okay, and number 9 from Beaute is their lip in shade M110. It is this really pretty, like neutral brown, but this lipstick formula, I'm telling you, it's so comfortable, like hydrating. I really, really like it. I would love more shades of their lipstick for sure. I have 2 shades right now, this one and the Courtney Quarantine collab shade. Oh, I really, really like their lipsticks. And yeah, I haven't used that one the most of all my lip products. That's got to be reserved for the Colourpop lip oil, but maybe, I know I said Recuerdos was my favorite of the month. Am I taking that back? They're so different. This is where it's hard. If you've ever ranked products like this, it's so hard because they're so different. They're just unique for different looks. No, I'm going to stick by what I said. I like that one the most, I think, color-wise. This one, I think I could find other things color-wise, but it's rated higher because of the formula. This one is more comfortable, I think. I'm going to stick with that. All right, number 8. This is one of my favorite products this month. I used it a couple different times in some looks. This is a single from Touch of Glam Beauty, and this is a shade called Jack Could Have Fit on That Door. If you don't get it, it's the Titanic movie reference. I just love their names. Part, to me, of the experience of using makeup is the packaging, the theming, the aesthetic, the shade names. It brings me joy. It really does. But all that aside, this is so sparkly and gorgeous, and you need just the smallest speck of product to smother all over your face. This lasts so long, it barely takes anything. They're pretty emollient. You don't need a glitter primer. Glitter primers, I find, actually cause more creasing a bit with that formula than anything else. But beautiful, beautiful formula. That's just the one Touch of Glam shade I use this month, but really anything Touch of Glam Beauty, you can't go wrong. And number 7 from Shall We Makeup is the Lip Mud in shade Wisteria. I did several looks with this, and this formula is one of the most blurring lip formulas. I don't even think I'm going to say one of. This is the most blurring lip formula I've ever used. When I see all of those lip swatches of C Beauty, and I'm always going, how do they get their lip product to be like that? Forever I thought it was something with the application they were doing and how they were blurring it. It's just whatever formula they got going on that does it, and it's really, really cool. I like it a lot. It's so moussey and unlike anything I've ever found here in the US. So to be able to get access to this and order it online, love, immediate love. I want 10 more shades, to be honest. I was good and didn't shop during Black Friday at Shall We. I'm just looking for a bigger discount from some of these brands. It might not ever happen, but you know what? That just means I'm going to have to use what I have in the meantime, which is what I need to do anyway, but that is a really, really good one. Green and purple look unwearable, but I used both of them, and with a light hand, they actually don't look that crazy. I'm telling you, it's more of like a berry look and something that's like a little more of a yellowy look. Really, really pretty. Like them a lot, but still, I would say they're not necessarily for every single look. You got to have the right combo with the eyeshadow and everything, I think. So that prevented them from going even higher. And number 6 from Nimya, the License to Glow Serum. I've still been loving this one as a primer, especially when I was using things like the KVD Good Apple where I need something glowy and hydrating. My skin's just been going through it with it going to winter, being dry. I'm also using retinol, so hydrating products are a must, and that one has just been really, really great. I don't think I really have anything bad to say about it. It's just not super exciting to get rated number 1. Number 5 is another primer, and sometimes I use a combination of the Nimia and this together because that is more hydrating and glowy. And this is Pore Filling, the e.l.f. Cookies and Dreams. This is the Poreless Putty Primer, just happens to be in the Cookies and Cream scent. Yes, still smells great. Got this from TJ Maxx for like $4. And yeah, this is my second full Poreless Putty Primer I think I'm going through, and I'm probably like halfway through this one, but it just really smooths everything out. It is that girl. It's great. But again, it's primer, so it's just not as exciting as number 1. Okay, and number 4. Here it is. The best lip liner. These are $1 right now, you guys. From Give Me Glow. This one is in Deja Vu that I use this month. These are also retractable, twistable ones. But these are super creamy, super comfortable, easy, glidey, all of the things. And for $1. For $1. Now, I don't know if they're rebranding. I think they are, because they've like been re-releasing some of their older products. Maybe they're going to re-release these as well in different packaging or a different formula, and maybe that won't be the price point, but I get a ton of them for $1 each, and I gotta tell you, I love them. They're gonna last me a long time, and they're lovely. It's the best one. Now, as much as I like those, there's other stuff I've been liking better. This is something I'm trying to pan, and I'm not even mad that I've been having to use it so much to try to pan it, because I genuinely love it. You can't get it. Sorry, it's from Jaclyn Cosmetics, and I know that in itself is gonna make some people feel some type of way about the product, but this is their bronzer, their Sunbathe Pressed Bronzer in Skinny Dip. Smells amazing, like a cup of coffee mixed with cocoa, like a mocha coffee. Delicious scent. Wearing it today, paired with the blush. Love the color. It's a little warm, but not orange. Love that. It's so hard, I feel like, to find something that's warm that's not orange. And I think when I got this, it was clearance, so I paid maybe $16, which isn't bad for a full-size bronzer. I'm already starting to see the rings in the pan starting to peek through, even though I haven't quite hit pan yet. This is really pretty. I have other bronzers, which I guess is a good thing because I can't get this again, but I really like this one, and I'm going to be sad to go back to something that isn't quite as neutral for my neutral undertones once that's gone. Number 2 is something that I just can't seem to shut up about, but here we go again from Mob Beauty, my customized palette. And maybe you can see why I can't shut up about it. Okay, so top half, that's not in this ranking. It's pretty much these, right, that I've hit pan on. This is their cream bronzer in shade M80 and their cream blush in M72. I've paired this with the Jaclyn when I've really wanted my makeup to last all day, done like a cream base and then layered the powder on top. It plays super nice with others, but it also looks good and just like dewy and fresh on its own. I've done just these some days, and these are, yeah, gonna be gone soon, but I like, again, that I feel like a good price point for the size. I love that you can pop these out and just put other stuff in this palette. So when I pop this out, I do have a few smaller ones to put in its place, so that my palette is full and I can consolidate a little bit. And I do have some other cream bronzers that I think I'm going to use first so they don't dry out once this one is gone. But I absolutely see this one being a repurchase. And I'm really curious about their foundation because I hear really good things. And I've just loved really everything I've tried from the brand so far. So I want to try more, and can't say enough good things from my experience with Mob Beauty. And number 1, okay, I know I said some things I couldn't rank any higher because they weren't very exciting products. And foundation's not really exciting, I get it either. It's not a color cosmetic. But to me, this is the most exciting product of the month and for the last couple months since I've started using it, because this is the foundation I'm wearing today. This makes me feel like I have good skin. And it was a lifelong journey to get to that point, let me tell you. Bad skin was my entire life, I felt like, growing up, from when I became a teen and had the worst acne. Luckily, my parents got me on medication to help with the acne so that I didn't have like terrible facial scarring or things like some of my relatives do, unfortunately. So it's just a genetic thing. but it was a thing that I struggled with confidence with wearing clothes. I would never wear anything that would go lower than this because just like my chest and my back, everything was terrible. So it means a lot to me to have a foundation that makes me feel good about my skin. That I feel like is hard to find. KVD Good Apple, very bottom. This one's the very top. So the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Foundation. I'm combo skin, I'm 33. I feel like it makes my skin look amazing. And for that, it gets the #1 spot. Even if it's not exciting, it's exciting to me personally. So I know that that's a very specific personal thing to me, but that's why it is #1. So that is all 32 items I used this month ranked. Like I said, I'm going to try to condense and not use so many items in December. #1, so this video isn't a million years long. And #2, just because I want to have more than one empty when I do this video in December, like this month. Like I really am trying to do this big push to the end of the year to finish the last bit up of some of these products as I'm starting to think about my projects for next year and get some new items in the rotation. Be super exciting. So thank you so much if you made it all the way to the end of the video. Let me know down in the comments. I love hearing from you, and I hope to see you again on the next one. Bye.